the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, the 8-time Deathmatch Tournament winner, the former 2-time world champion, the owner of H2O Wrestling. And if there is one podcast to listen to, that is the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get ultraviolet, motherfuckers.
And good evening once again, fans. You're listening to the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. They're more than welcome to come on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, those girls pop good like this.
Alright. It's a budget thing. Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now. And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And my guests at this time of Mark Out Media Podcast, I'm going to start with David and brother Victor. How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Wow, this is way better quality than what we do, right?
Yeah, this is fucking crazy.
We just cut and paste, and that's it.
Me and Vic were talking earlier about the StreamYard, how it's just so easy. Click, 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 boom, you're set to go.
It's probably the easiest platform that I've able to find. Like I've tried OBS, my computer can't handle it.
Yes, OBS is very I've asked my guys, like my two guys from Florida, they help me with my web design, web stuff and all. But it's a hard platform to use. But this is so much easier because you can then look Twitch, Twitter, come on, YouTube, Facebook
Everything.
Live, just not Instagram Live. That'll be eventually down the line.
Instagram Live is cool. I used to do Instagram Live interviews with a bunch of people, but we stopped doing it because I figured out the podcast stuff. And we're like, let's just move everything to the podcast. It was so much easier.
Yep.
So let's start off with what got you guys into podcasting as wrestling fans.
Oh, it was that guy. That
I
guy.
guess I'll start first. I'm the one that started it. It's all my fault.
It's all your fault. Yeah,
it's all my fault. But no, I wasn't doing anything at the time, and I wanted to do something with wrestling. And I was just like, let me just talk to people, or let me just talk about stories and things that I've experienced, and I can share those stories to people. And the first episode that I did was I didn't even have an intro. I hit a bong, and that was the intro. And I talked about UGWA, I talked about WrestleMania. And that was about it. Mm-hmm. And then on the second episode, I asked David to join in, and then he was like, yeah, let's do it.
It took only one episode to realize that he just couldn't talk to himself for an hour.
I couldn't do it by myself. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I can't do this. I used headphones like this, and it had a microphone. I used the laptop, I used Odyssey, and then the microphone on the cord, and that's how I recorded it.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? And then once we buy this stuff, it's like, wow, what do we do here? what are we going to buy? And all this microphone stuff's so expensive. But then you go on the Amazon, it's like $20 for a microphone, $20 for a headset. Come on, get real. Yep. Prices are,
I went crazy with money when it came to podcast stuff. Like the headphones I got, these are Bose, and they were the most expensive ones because I was just like, if I'm gonna get these headphones, I might as well get the highest one. So I did, and then I bought a MacBook, and then this webcam, and then the freaking microphone, just everything all together. I was just like, this is so crazy, and the amount of money I'm spending on this kind of stuff. But I was like, you know what, it's worth it because now. In my opinion, I feel like we have something to offer and to give back to wrestling. And I like to give back. I always like to give back. And that's, with the interviews, whether it's, you listening to your favorite wrestler bullshit for about 30 minutes about something or an hour, just as long as you can sit there and just watch your favorite wrestler just be themselves.
Yeah. And you guys seem to be me and Victor were talking earlier, we were talking about we follow the same federations, which is awesome. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't met in person.
One day.
I've heard of your name before because I've seen deathmatch videos on YouTube, and I've seen you in a video of someone's.
Yeah.
And then I heard you had a podcast, and I was just like, oh shit. And then I saw that we were sponsoring,
yes, the huge show.
together.
I know GCW's 24-hour marathon. My God, look at the sponsorship. It's growing. It's growing. That's a good line of people contributing as well. To the
A
good
lot of good people involved, and it's awesome to see everyone come together and help out GCW, help out the wrestlers. And I mean, it's going to be a free show on YouTube, so what more can you really want? Yeah, I don't know. It's awesome. It almost leaves me like speechless in a way to see how many people are coming together, and it's fun. It's crazy because like we all don't know each other, but we can all share one love of wrestling, and that's it.
100%.
And Game Changer Wrestling is where it's at, and we know where it's at, and they've been around since like day one. Like just a company that just like was a hole in the wall in Howell Township. As I was telling Victor, I was a fan I seen Keith Lee versus KTB. I was like, we were talking about like Beyond Wrestling. Like holy shit, they came when they had the Game Changer versus Beyond. I was like, that's like a classic.
Yeah, GCW is like my all-time favorite promotion. It's been for a while. The first event that I saw from them, it was on Fight TV, and I was just scrolling through Fight TV because it was my first time getting it, and then I bought. They said they couldn't be done, or they said it couldn't be done, and it was the main event with Jun Kasai and Alex Colon, and I was hooked. And then on that show, I saw Schlack and Nick Gage, and I was hooked. That was probably my first time seeing death matches. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, you guys have that federation fed up by you also, SoCal
Agua.
The Underground Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, so maybe that could have been the first time that I saw death matches in person, but just watching it on TV and stuff like that, it was GCW.
Yeah. I mean, and now look at them. My gosh, changing the globe. We're like
changing the game.
Changing the game, man.
They're game changers.
I mean, look at what we did. We just had the collective, and holy shit, that was a hell of a fucking like our WrestleMania. Like, it was really awesome. Like, it was all promotions that we know, and and it's all the wrestlers that we know too. It's like, holy shit, these guys are gonna all tear it up, for a long weekend of wrestling. I wish I was there. I wish I was there for that. That would have been so fun to go and see and just, be there for that. The next one comes around, I'm definitely make my journey, put my money in my pocket and go.
Yep.
No, I need to get out there. The collective, I went to my brother's apartment and we watched it there for, the 3 straight days. And it was just wrestling on top of wrestling on top of wrestling and more wrestling and more wrestling. Yeah, it was just a good time, though. It was all around good time.
And then to see like the Walmart guys get a pop in there, come on, like classic guys from guys from like on the internet, it's like YouTubers. Come on, like that's pretty awesome. Like how GCW could pull out these, surprise people, surprise the fans with guests, wrestlers, like special people to come in.
I know the clusterfuck was great because it had Juicy Finau in it, and he's from where we're at, and seeing him in the clusterfuck and just seeing like Starboy Charlie and seeing out of the 4 NorCal people that were there were 2 of them in the clusterfuck, and it was just awesome to see those 2 on that kind of platform.
Right.
Yeah, it was honestly I was not. I can't believe I was like, okay, we're literally about to watch 3 days straight of wrestling from like sun up to sundown.
Yes.
Best experience. Like it honestly, even just being like on our couch like for the weekend, it just felt like we were actually there, and every match was just like felt so good to be able to watch an event like this. And definitely we would love to hopefully do a collective live and get to experience that one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then vlog about it. It'd be awesome,
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. We got to get out there.
I definitely love filming, so I'm down for that.
I mean, you guys went to that one show. I heard you guys were. Vic was telling me you guys went to that one GCW show.
It was Last Resort in Southern California. Originally supposed to be at Slab City, which we even discussed. We thought it was a little crazy for them to want to go to Slab City.
Yeah,
it's kind of a sketchy area. It's a cool area, but it's a sketchy area.
I know. I was just watching some YouTuber go out there. He went to it's another city over where Nyland's at. It's another city or town over, and it's the lowest population or town in California. And it's just Slab City. It's a giant art piece, and squatters go there and they repaint these RVs and cars and all sorts of things. But yeah, when I heard that they were going to Slab City, I was like, I'm game. I was like, I'm ready to go. I was like, I just don't know if everyone else is ready to go. I was like, I've been wanting to go to Slab City since I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like, do you want to go to Camp Crystal Lake? You got to go to Camp Crystal Lake, or one of your favorite horror spots, or like a location filming. You're like, oh, do you really? But is it that sketchy of a place? You know what I mean?
That's what. Yeah, because I was like, there's no laws out there. I was like, how is a wrestling show? I was like, is there going to be signal for the video? And I was just like, is everything going to have to run off a generator? I was just like, I don't know how they're going to do it. But when it got moved, I hit up my brother right away. I was like, we need to cancel the Airbnb right away. We need to move it closer to Silverado, which we did. And from there, it was just a good time.
Yeah, we ended up in Orange County.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful setup. I mean, that really was right on the water. Come on, guys!
It's definitely.
I know it was awesome. And then going down there, we didn't think too much of it. Like I was hitting up our homie Sean. He's the hot tub guy.
Oh yeah, Sean. He's a good dude. Always
good
dude. Always dabbing and just having a good time. Doing his thing on hot tub action, when he hasn't done it in quite a while. He needs to get back into it.
Yeah, I know. I want to see more interviews from him. But when we were going down there, we were still in the car. Like we didn't even make it 3 hours out of San Jose, and me and Sean are texting back and forth because we're like, oh, let's meet up when we get to LA and we'll smoke and we'll have a good time. And then we told him we'll meet him when we get down there, and then an hour later he texts me and he goes, hey, can you guys do me a favor? And I was just like, okay, what is he gonna ask? I was like, sure. I'm down. I was like, I'll do anything for the hot tub guy. And he was like, can you guys bring light tubes? And I was like, I've never bought in a light tube in my life, so I didn't know what to do.
Home Depot.
That's what we did. So we get down to LA, we settle into the Airbnb, we meet up with Sean that night, we smoke with them at the hotel parking lot, and we're just parking lot chilling for a little bit. And he goes, just buy me 60 light tubes. He was all like, Brett needs them for tomorrow. And I was all like, okay. So I'm laying down in the morning and I'm sitting there thinking, what kind of light tubes do I buy? I've seen them on video, but I've never seen them in person.
T12 is the only one they use. T12.
I didn't know that. So what I did is I hit up the Gorlando Death Squad. Mm-hmm. And I asked him because I was all like, oh, he buys light tubes all the time for ICW or for No Peace Underground. And he told me the same thing. You buy those ones. And everything worked out. Brett was so happy that we bought them. He was thankful that we bought them. Other people brought like single light tubes, but for the most part, we provided the light tubes, and it was awesome just to see them, them being used. And it was just awesome helping out. Like I said, we love to give back, and that's a part of giving back right there.
I used to do that all the time. Bring a lot of tubes to the shows. Me and my buddy, he's a tack man. He loves tacks. So he'll bring fucking buckets and buckets of tacks. He'll go to the dollar store and rate them, just fill them up.
I know. I want to go to a show one day where it's a fans bring the weapons match, and I would love to create something for somebody and then watch them use it. Like I said, I've seen people bring the most craziest weapons ever.
Yeah.
And they get used, but I've never done it, and I would like to do it.
Yeah, I remember going to we did that one show. I think it was Game Changer, and we did Game Changer versus Freelance Chicago show, the first one, the first episode, the first one they did in the some fan actually brought. I had to be the the runaround guy because we're from the East Coast helping out, because there wasn't that much staff, and this one fan had a board with nails. We threw it right out the garbage can. But G Raver, could you imagine if G Raver or somebody? Yeah, that would have been dangerous. Like just rusted nail. Yeah, that's all you need.
Oh, you know those like pins that like most wrestlers make, the like little like 2 or 3 inch like I don't know what they're called. They're just pins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, emblem pins.
Yeah, and they stick out pretty far out. And someone was all like, "Oh, they should make a board of those kind of pins." And I was just like, "Nope." I was like, "Hell no!" I was like, I put my finger on one of them just to test how pointy it was, and I was like, "You falling on it like this, it's gonna hurt."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No,
I used to make a lot of skewer bats and just like stupid stuff. Just all the fun little Nerf, with the Nerf noodles. I used to be creative. I used to be so creative for events. We actually built like a structure one time, a light tube, actually a tower for was it a Game Changer show? Jimmy's birthday, I believe it was. Or H2O. H2O was doing like those the underground shows, death matches, like just to bring in guys to show what they could do, So we built like a tower and it was perfect. Like we just were like, and then Brett grabbed that from them. He's like, all right, I need this for a show. And then he got the other, but then they got creative. And then Tommy and all the other guys that work, the real staff got creative and built that huge one. Nick Gage versus, I think it was Schlack or Matt Tremont or somebody, It's like, damn, it was fucking lots of spooky gas that night,
Yeah, a lot of the spooky dust. Love it. Can't get enough of the spooky dust. But my favorite thing right now at the moment of kind of weapons that I've been watching is the Tokyo Towers. I love those. Like they're so unpredictable, and when you smash into them, that you don't know if it's going to fall back on you or if it's going to fall the opposite way. For the most part, it's either going to fall, like I said, on you or the opposite way, and they're so unpredictable that you don't know where they're going to land.
What they need to do is more of those like we were seeing in those videos earlier that you were showing. I'm like the Japan stuff, and like the contraption where the trapdoor falls down, and a light tube falls out, or they move around. It's like it's kind of like it's like a mystery. You never know what's going to fall from the box, or like the glass cage, or what I mean.
Someone did that recently, didn't they? Didn't IWA for King of the Deathmatch?
Yes, they've done that.
Yeah, so I've seen it before.
Mm-hmm. Pretty gnarly, yeah.
That's why I was watching King of the Deathmatch in 2020, and like that's why I love stipulations, just because it gives like more to the match a little bit. I mean, I still love it just a normal regular death match, but like you add a stipulation, it's going to be amazing. And the one that I saw was like pits of hot coals, a pool of lemon juice, a pit of insulation.
What?
That's crazy.
You know what? I was there. I was there.
Oh, you were?
I was there on a road trip with my friends from we took a road trip, 12-hour ride to IWA Mid-South for that that's when John went, that's when John wanted the fucking King of the Death. He was the hometown hero for that night, and just
that's awesome.
It was a crazy night, yeah. And that was actually a moment of like a history, because we had a friend who died. His name was Kevin Hogan, wrestling fan, the Whack Packer. He was famous in CZW and GCW and every kind of promotion, but he took the road trip with us. And Devin Moore calls us up we're in the car. We go to the gas station. Devin Moore actually calls us up. Hey guys, can you pick up a knife for a match? So we go, my friend goes to the store. Okay, I'll buy a knife. And my other friend was sitting in the front seat. He's just fucking jabbing him with it. I'm like, really? Come on, Devin needs that, not you.
Oh man, like I said, a knife. It's man. I saw something the other day. It was like you put it on your knuckles, and it's like a little like this shape. I don't know. Oh, BC Killer used it. He used it for Agua, and I was just like, what is that thing? It's like a weapon that shouldn't be a weapon, but it is a weapon, and it's probably something that's illegal. Mm-hmm. But he used it, and it was sick.
What about you, David? What have you seen like this that's twisted? I'm sure tons of things that you're like, holy shit, man.
Well, for me, maybe this is just from like a beauty standpoint, but I can't get enough of the barbecue skewers. Something about just taking a bunch of them and just ramming it into someone's skull, and then just once you like are like know that they're fully in, and you just let them go, they just spread, and it just looks beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
compare it to a flower in a weird way.
Yeah, Masada's trademark. You know, come on, fucking guys insane. He actually was just at. Wasn't he? Actually, he was just at the No Peace Underground, wasn't he?
With Ricky Shane Page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great show. I caught a couple of the matches. I got to replay that Masada one though.
No, it was quick. It would like happen like right away. Like it is like kind of he showed up. What was it when Atticus was going to do the skewers? Hit Atticus, and then Ricky Shane Page came out, and then the match it instantly started. I was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're starting this now.
Yeah, Atticus, with the fluorescent skewers. Yeah, really, fuck you, but whatever.
I know, I love the green skewers. Someone is like, how do you get green skewers? I was like, well, you get a bunch of skewers, you lay it on some ground, you spray paint it green, and now you have green skewers.
Yeah.
But, I was like, I don't think they sell green skewers. That'd be pretty odd if they did.
They probably do some Jamaican store or something. I don't know. Some sort of place. No.
Oh man.
Yeah, but also let's get into ICW. Holy shit, man! Look at that company rolling like butter, man. I mean, like just fucking turning heads, and people like, holy shit. Danny's come a long way with that as well, and we're proud of what he does, for the business. I was telling Victor, I went to the first one with the chains. When the very first one happened, and I saw Nick Gage up. I was up in the bleachers. The balcony seats on by the balcony, and I was looking right down corner angle. But Nick looked up to me. He's like, "Yo, what's up, Dave? Who's the man?"
That's awesome.
That was.
I
was supposed to have an interview with Killer Cross that night, but dude, it was so loud in there.
I know there was a lot of people at that show from the video that they showed, and like I said, I watched it on IWTV. It was a good show. My favorite match from there was Casanova Valentine versus Homicide. Just the way that Homicide was so, like I told you when I was saying on the stream earlier, that he was so brutal with the fork and then the bleach, the waterboarding, like it was just all like so good. It was
Homicide coming back to his roots of the old bleach gimmick from Carino days,
See, and I don't know anything about that, so that's why I saw it for the first time.
Really?
I don't know anything about that. Like, I'll be honest, I got into death matches. 2019. Everything before that was WWE.
Go and like order or buy it. Go buy like the Ring of Honor tapes of like Homicide versus like the earliest stuff. It's there. You'll see when he did the bleach. I was there for that night. Also, I saw the bleach. I can't remember what show it was. I think it was a Death Before Dishonor or something.
We should be able to look that up. We actually have Honor Club, so definitely worth the $8. I think it's like $8 a month.
Yeah, I need to get back on that. I love watching Ring of Honor stuff. The old stuff's the best, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we were watching last night. Was it last night?
Yeah, we were watching Bryan Danielson versus. Wow, why can't I remember? It was like the first thing we watched, so I couldn't remember. I know it was like James Gibson or Jamie Gibson.
Yeah, he goes by Jamie Noble now.
Yeah, so
it was a good time. But no, we also watched Kota Ibushi versus Hangman Adam Page.
That was definitely a good one.
That was.
And then, what was the last thing we watched? We watched two other things. I think we watched Slack versus Nick Gage as well.
We watched two Slack matches. We watched Slack versus Kobayashi, and then we watched Slack versus Nick Gage.
So. Man, I was just looking through my stash of videos, and I'm gonna have to watch it. I was actually watching the Ring of Honor's Juniors tournament.
Oh,
from gosh, it was actually at Asbury Park at the convention hall, and it was actually JB Noble was there.
Yeah.
Brian Danielson was facing him.
Oh wow.
I mean,
was that for a title? I believe.
I think it was.
Then I think that was probably the match we were watching.
That probably was the match we were watching then.
That's wild. Yeah,
it was a good time.
Yeah, it really shows you how good of a technical wrestler someone like Brian is. Like he was I think the match was about a half hour, and for a half hour, like majority of his moves was literally just like
bow and arrow.
Well, yeah, it was literally like he took care of like that left arm, and he was just like taking care of it the entire 30 minutes. Like no matter what he was doing, it had to do with the left arm, and he was just pulling that thing back every time. It was such it's such beautiful technical wrestling.
And then he had CM Punk and Jimmy Rave going at it. It was great.
Wow.
Oh man,
yeah.
I love CM Punk in Ring of Honor.
I know. I just recently had Nana on my podcast. It was good to catch up with him. Like
that's awesome.
I'd love to. Oh, guys, want to? I could reach. I could hook you up with him.
Oh yes, please. Yeah. Yes, please. Like I said, the list of people that we have coming up. It's a decent list of people, and it's a good amount of people. Like we're booked up all the way until March. Like who do we have right now? Coming up is what's the next? Oh, Guido is the next interview. It'll come out on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll come out tomorrow. So I post it
tomorrow,
and then the video version will be out the following Monday in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm in the middle of working on that, so that should be done pretty quickly.
I gotta get back on. I gotta go back and do my audio edits. I gotta put my recorded episodes up. I'm so far backed up, I haven't done it. I've just been lazy.
Tell me about it. I'm right there with you.
And I try not to get too lazy because I'll sit here and just get lost in the world of YouTube and most of my beside the stuff that I watch outside of wrestling, it's a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that. So I'll get lost into their videos. But I try not to get too lost, because now that we record, I'm trying to make it so we record on Mondays and then we record everything on Monday. So then it's already done in the beginning of the week and then it's already posted by Friday. So it's all ready to go.
Yeah, that's why I do the audio. I try to get the audio uploaded the next day, but I got the YouTube and this up, which is good. This is already set and done, which is awesome.
I can't wait to interview the people that we have coming up. Here, I'll go down the list real quick.
We're gonna do it right now. That's awesome.
Yeah,
spread the word, man.
Exclusive hit right now, world premiere.
We have in order. We have the owner of West Coast Design. Then we have the owner of Hella Hot Sauce. He's a hot sauce guy.
Nice dude.
He sponsored Ugwa for one show, and then they used the hot sauces in a death match. So that was pretty cool. That's how I found out about him.
Yeah, and he sponsored us for 2 months straight. He legit mailed us a 12-pack of hot sauce, and then the next two deliveries,
a giant jug.
He gave us 2 jugs of hot sauce.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So after that, we have Adrian Quest. After that, we have Alex Colon. After that, we have
Alex is awesome. What a great guy. Yeah,
I know. I can't wait to talk to him. I didn't think he was going to respond back. I was just he's probably too busy in the day to even check his DMs. And then he was no, let's do it. He was let's set up a time and day and let's get started.
Yeah, GCW's best, that, and just everybody knows that he's one of those guys. That's H2O guy as well. My God, he's everywhere. He's just everything.
He is everywhere. And then after that, we have one called Manders or Invite, and then we have John Wayne Murdoch that we just confirmed. And I'm waiting for one more person to respond back, and I know he's gonna say it because I offered him the date. I'm waiting for him to say yes. I'm waiting for Matt Tremont to just tell me is the date okay. So that's the one I'm looking forward to. One of the most ones is Matt Tremont because I don't know if he's done an interview yet or a podcast since he's retired.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Just probably
I can't find one. I would love to find one because I want to hear him talk about something.
I don't know, or maybe not because he's so busy with his H2O school now. You know,
that's what I figured, because when I emailed him, I was just like, he's probably like I said, with Alex Cologne and like certain people, I was just like, they're probably way too busy to just check their emails, check their DM.
And I was just looking at H2O, and looks like they're going to be having like a women's division. Like Tara Calloway's going to have something there. They're going to do.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
A women's death match, I think.
I've seen one women's death match tournament, and it was pretty cool. I don't remember any of the names that were in it. Like I can't remember what promotion it was. It was in Illinois, and I can't remember the name of the show, but it was pretty awesome. Like I bought the show, and I was just like, I don't know anything about anything besides they're all death matches.
Or I could be, or I could be wrong. And also, I saw like another 12 men death match. I think he's going to do another show as well. You know, I saw something for the title, because that title's pretty prestigious there. The Danny Havoc title, you know. Bam.
I was gonna say Bam Sullivan is the guy that has it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that nasty bump that Orin Vite and Bam Sullivan took for No Peace Underground. Oh my God, did you see it?
I caught that. Yeah, that was sick.
Oh my God, when I saw that happen, I was just like, the glass slipped. They slipped. It didn't break, and then it broke when it hit the floor. And then they all fell. Like Orin Vite fell on his back on the guardrail, and I was just like, "Oh my God, that is insane." I was like, "I hope those guys are okay."
Yeah,
but they are. So that's good that they survived it.
I've had John Wayne Murdoch on the podcast, another good friend of mine as well. He's crashed on my couch, man. He's crashed on the couch back in the day for the couple of shows.
That's awesome.
Changer. I know.
That's awesome. I need to make more deathmatch friends.
Yeah. Lots of
we'll all come together for one love.
Yeah, we go to Atlantic City, the best place to watch wrestling. I think that's the best, like our second home. You know what I mean? Like Atlantic City really has the just from the showboat to outside wrestling. Come on, like you know, right on the boardwalk there. My God.
See, like we wanted to move to LA for wrestling, because like at one point in 2019, LA had there was this calendar that I saw, and I was just like, there's a show every weekend. There's a show from Thursday all the way to Sunday on each weekend. I was like, this is nuts. I was all like, we have to move down there. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might make sense just for me personally. I don't know if David would want to eventually, but I would love to move to the East Coast just for death matches and wrestling out there, because it seems like that's where it's at.
It is. We're surrounded, you know, and we're surrounded. And like if you see, like I post about Titan Championship Wrestling, that's like a local indie promotion with top guy names, like talents, like Ring of Honor guys, TNA, AEW, AEW, and just like. And then the Goddesses of War, we just, as a promotion that just female wrestlers like Riley Shepard and my gosh, like Charlie Cruel from the Mid-South, and just like names that you'd be like, holy shit, Lady Frost, you know?
Okay. I've heard about her.
Yep. Same here. I think I was
because the only thing we have out here when it comes to death matches is Ugwa. That's the only thing that we have.
Or Blood Brothers, maybe. No.
Where's that at?
Blood Brothers, I think that's oh no, where was that? Just Sean's been to them.
Then it's LA.
Yeah, if it's down south, that's a 6-7 hour, 8 hour drive.
Oh, really? Yeah. With all the homeless Jimmy matches and John Wayne Murdoch. Yeah, it's Blood Brothers. That's a cool.
Yeah, because I know like we have like Crimson Crown Wrestling and
yes, same. That's the same promotion. Yeah, Blood Brothers was Crimson before that. Kyle,
okay,
guy named Kyle. Yeah, cool dude. Good dude.
I know. Like I said, I was watching Crimson Crown earlier in the stream. Zicky Dice versus Marcus Crane in a death match. That was cool. I always love seeing Zicky Dice do death matches.
Ziggy Dice. There's a guy that just got released. I just saw on.
His contract expired, so he's a free agent, and hopefully we can get him to go somewhere.
My guess My guess is that he's either going to AEW or he's going to Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to hang out and do some GC dub.
Maybe. I'm hoping.
That's what I would love to see him do. I think him and GCW would be great.
Yeah. Do a little run with them, or
yeah, because he's done stuff here because he moved to the Bay Area for a bit, and he did a lot of stuff with the underground wrestling lines, and he's such a cool dude, like such a good dude. But yeah, I think he could do a couple of stuff for GCW for a bit and just see what's going on. Just run freely as much as he wants. But yeah, I would love to see it. If I could, I would say Impact Wrestling would be the place I would want him to go to.
Mm-hmm. Impact Wrestling, man. Talk about Impact. My gosh, what was the first time like watching it? The early days.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's all David. I don't know anything about TNA at all.
Okay. For
really,
me,
man.
I don't know anything.
I want to say it's 2004, 2004, 2005. This is when
it was really
when
good.
they were no, this is like when they were doing wait, was it 2004? I think it was 2004 because I know at the time they were on Fox Sportsnet. That's how old this is. This is like pre Comcast, NBC Sportsnet. This is like Fox Sportsnet. It was like an hour long at the most, and you'd watch it after this sports talk show called That Damn Sports Show. And I remember watching that, and I'd see people like AJ Styles, Christian Cage, who was one of my favorites, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. Like it was great. Yeah. It was definitely like so much fun to watch that. I'd be like, because it was like that other like wrestling thing where I was like, cool, there's wrestling on TV. I could watch this. Yeah, I got to watch this at like midnight, but
I got to hit the record button on my VCR. Hold on,
Yeah, no, it was definitely.
I used to tape every episode. I think I still probably have like all, from like their couple. I got to look back at my videos.
Yeah, I think even for me, I think that was like the first time I went, wow, I like the women's wrestling is just fucking killer. Like they were the first people to really make me go, wow, this is cool. Like I love it.
Then you saw like WSU, and then Shiver Wrestling, and the other wrestling that actually Madman Pondo's the girl fight, also another promotion. That's really I'd like to see that sometime.
Yeah, I think they were like, in my opinion, I feel like they were like the knockouts division was like the start of like, hey, women's wrestling can be actual wrestling instead of just what some eye candy shit. Like it was good. Like there was people like Roxy and Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Jazz. Who else was on? Taylor Wilde was one of the beautiful people. It was just like it was so cool to see them have matches, and then it just started getting better once they started having like people like Mickey James, ODB, Tara, like.
And then see them I know. Then you go to an indie show, and there they are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I will say one of my favorite matches was actually from TNA. I don't remember which women's match, which year it was, but it was Tara versus Mickey James in a steel cage. It was to the point where they it almost went off the air because it was going past the time that they actually had to like switch over to like a different broadcast or something. I don't remember what. I think they put it on YouTube after. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a sick one. I loved it.
Impact. Let's go back to ECW. There you go. Let's go through all the.
ECW. I was just a little child when ECW was probably creaed.
Wow.
Wait. When? Okay. So when did ECW technically start? Like what year?
95, 94.
Ooh,
I believe so. I could be wrong.
Can somebody Google it? Do it.
Man, I can't.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
I just know it was a thing. Yeah. Like I know originally when it was the thing, it was Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Yes, that's right.
And then eventually, I think they were doing. I think at the time they were using the NWA Championship. Mm-hmm. This is all the stuff off the top of my damn dome. Yeah, it was actually founded. It was actually founded in 92.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't either. I don't think anybody was.
I wasn't born yet. I was born in December 92. It says April 25th, 92, and I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, the only big thing I know that once it switched over to Extreme Championship Wrestling, I know that the franchise he had the NWA title and he threw it on the floor and he came out with the ECW title, if it serves me correct.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait, actually, also think about it. ECW, and then you had 3PW. Remember 3PW?
No.
Oh no, see, yeah, we're out of the loop on that one.
Wow. 3PW was another like company that took like just go back and look, you'll find it on YouTube and shit. They were like a ECW, they had like the ECW roster. Like they were just doing I think Meaty was a part of that, I believe. I can't remember.
Possibly. I know that like we were going through like I think back in the day me and Victor used to go through some like old pay-per-views for ECW. I think it's Heatwave 98. That was the one that we watched. It was the one with Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow where they go through the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. If you remember, Victor, if you remember that one that we watched.
Yeah, I do. I mean, we don't have the WWE network anymore, so we really can't watch any ECW right now. But that's all we use. That's all I mainly use. I mean, I only mainly used it to watch ECW and like old ECW.
Go on Daily Motion. It's on there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can look it up illegally.
Yeah, free or someplace. I don't know. There's stuff that's out there.
I didn't know it was on Daily Motion. Now that I know that, I'm gonna start looking some up.
Honestly, you could just look up a match and then just Google it, and then they'll have some link to a video that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, everything that's hard to find.
Hey, it's all good. I illegally watched I'll admit it. It was NXT Takeover because I was all like, we don't have the WWE network anymore, and I was like, I kind of want to see Takeover. It was the last one. It was War Games.
See, you know what? We were talking, me and you, because we, David, we and him had a conversation earlier about NXT. We don't watch WWE. We were talking about that, right, Vic?
Yeah, it's
been
crazy
over a month for me.
It's been about a month for me too. It's just like there's personal reasons why I don't want to watch, and just me personally, I think the wrestling is a little too overproduced, and it just doesn't come off authentic. It doesn't come off like it's real. Like the only thing that I'm happy for in WWE right now is that Roman Reigns is doing really well. That's all I know, and that's all I know. And then I'm happy for that one because I used to hit like I was one of those people. I was one of those people where I was just like, fuck him, and like he sucks. And I was just like, you know what? I was all like, he really doesn't suck. But
you guys ever been to any wrestling WWE shows way back when it was like really good, like or pay-per-views or any kind of?
David remembers the ones we went to as a kid.
We went to one September of 98 or 99. I can't truly remember.
It was 98. Because they didn't go to San Jose in 99. I looked it up.
Okay, cool. Well, so it's 98.
It's 98.
Yeah, it was definitely it was crazy. It was wow. I think that was during the time that The Rock was starting to become more of a babyface after the whole heel run with the Nation. They even had a dark match. It was just like a battle royal at the end of the night, and Rocky ended up winning the entire thing, and like the crowd just erupted. Like it was crazy. Like it was the first, even like me as like an 8-year-old kid, I was like, okay, this guy was a bad guy, and people are cheering him now. And honestly, even I like him. Like it was really cool to witness that.
Wow.
And I think we did one in 2000. Yeah, that's during the McMahon Helmsley era type of stuff as well.
Cool.
Well, yeah, but then I think more frequently like we did WrestleMania 31. That was definitely a great weekend.
I know. I just wish I knew all the independent stuff that was going on that weekend. Like Samoa Joe had a match for Ring of Honor. I didn't know about it. But then again, when I did find out about Ring of Honor, I was just like, wait, where is this show at? And then somebody was all like, oh, it's in Redwood City, which is like 30 minutes away from us. I was like, there's no way we're going to go all the way 30 minutes to another show. I was like, because everything for WrestleMania weekend in San Jose was all in one spot. Like it was all in one area.
Everything was walking distance. Yeah,
everything was walking distance. The shows, access. The only thing that was not in San Jose was WrestleMania itself. It wasn't in San Jose.
Yeah.
It was in Santa Clara, which is like it's just a town over.
Couple miles.
It's like I would have loved to go into this, when WrestleMania did the first spring break. My God, they were the one in Jersey City, like New Jersey, but that would have been like a huge chaos of like tourists. You know what I mean? Like I would have been like, where do I go?
It definitely was a tourist attraction. It was to the point I think you just be in line and someone would be like, "So where are you guys from?" And I'm like, "Oh, just down the street." People will be from a different country.
Yeah, 5 minutes away from 10 minutes from this venue.
I was just like, this is our home. This is San Jose. Like, this is where we're from. I was like, everything happened in downtown San Jose, and we're from the east side of San Jose. So it only took us like 5-10 minutes just to get to where we needed to get to in downtown.
Yeah, and it was cool because like a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of historical like wrestling things that has happened for WWE during those weekends. Like we were the first NXT event that was outside of Full Sail.
So right before they started like doing the takeovers, this was like the test of the takeover. And it was crazy because the show started at like super late. The show was
10 p.m.
10 p.m. The show didn't end until like 1:30 in the morning. But the crowd the entire time was into it. We got to see
that's like CZW. They would go to like 1 o'clock in the morning almost, like 10,
that's crazy.
Like 9 till 10, before the cages of death, and they just last till midnight. It was insane sometimes,
With the dedication the fans have, they're all into it. They give 110% the entire time. They're never tired. It was an awesome time, and I'm not gonna lie, that like the chants that night were like crazy. Like the crowd felt like very into it. It was just an all around good time, and that was the first time we got to see Kenta hit the GTS in WWE.
Yep, that was insane.
Good old Kenta, man.
And when he hit that GTS, the crowd went off. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Everyone like lifted a good 2 feet in the air. It was insane.
Like you felt it in your skin. I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This crowd is nuts." It's so sick. Yeah. I wish I could do it again.
Good old Kenta versus Samoa Joe matches. My gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch them. Like just stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think that was also the weekend. I think we got to witness AJ Lee's last match ever. So yeah, that was really cool.
That was her last match. Yeah.
And then
that she was at Jersey. She used to go to these local shitty shows by us. She was like a mark in the neighborhood, like Joey Janela was. That's how he got promotion. NWS National Wrestling Superstars. Carney promotion. Yes.
Yeah, no. So it's always good to see. Actually, I love seeing the wrestling fans become wrestlers.
That footage was from like a shitty show with like I was just in the crowd. I just was like, okay. Clapping on TikTok. Yeah.
Your TikTok video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I saw it earlier. Yeah. Like I said, I'm telling you, I got to move out to the East Coast, man. I feel like that's where my place is at. I feel like that's where like life can really change for me.
And Monster Factory. There's a lot of good wrestlers wrestling there too. I have in Plasboro, do a lot of training with Danny Cage and all the rest. They actually do shows there, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Because you never know who will be there, and it's a Ring of Honor. They've had the Ring of Honor there as well. I'm sure they once in a while, do a show there.
That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I gotta get out there, man.
Camp Leapfrog and all those other great Synergy Pro, and gosh, like every kind of promotion. There's so many good little look at Granny VXS, or Fish,
Oh, Violence X Suffering, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I want to get it more into H2O. If I feel like that's like the future of wrestling right there, and the talent and the wrestlers that Matt Tremont has at his school, like one name that sticks out for me personally is Dylan McKay.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, Dylan McKay is just.
I think he did some stuff with the Collective, did he not?
He did.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did run it or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I'll keep repeating myself until I'm over. But Like I gotta get out to the East Coast, man. I feel like I'm wasting time out here in the West Coast.
Yeah, you know what? You're like I say, wrestling's everywhere. You know, we travel. You know,
like I said, I love the West Coast. Don't get me wrong. There's so much great talent here. Like,
oh yeah,
there's Heather Monroe. There's Ruby Reyes. Then there's Will Hobbs. He's from here. Starboy Charlie. The guys at Hood Slam. The guys in All Pro Wrestling. East Bay Pro. The list goes on and on and on of all the wrestling that we have out here. But like I said, I'm a deathmatch guy, and death matches are over there.
Yeah, or going to Florida, right?
I don't think I will go to Florida anytime soon.
No, they're pushing all this. Yeah, they're doing good though. They're doing good. You know?
No, like I would love to go to. Like I thought about it. I did. I thought about it. I thought about flying out for the last ICW shows that they had. Or the first. I thought about flying out to the first show at Port Richey. And just the timing wasn't good. Like I had the money, it's just the timing just didn't make sense. And I was just like, you know what? I really don't want to quarantine myself when I come back. I was like, because then I can't be around my grandma. I can't be around anybody. I was like, I have to quarantine myself. But I wanted to go to Port Richey because when I saw the lineup for ICW's Pit Fighter, when I saw it for, I think it was volume 8. Yeah, I just wanted to go out there. I was just like, I need to go.
Bucket list of places. I know. There's places we want to go. We were talking about Japan. We want to go to Japan. Me and Vic were talking about that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I want see that's the goal. That's a goal of mine is to go to Japan and to watch Freedoms or watch Big Japan Pro Wrestling.
And go to Mr. Dangers and have a steak. Yes.
Oh, yes. You got to get that steak.
Got to.
Yeah, I would love to.
Maybe he give me a jacket. Hey.
I would love one of those jackets.
Definitely. Yeah, because I've never been to Japan ever.
No.
And Victor's gone at least once.
I went once when we did music. It's just like I didn't know wrestling at the time when I was there, but the guy that filled in for my brother, he went to a wrestling show. We dropped him off at a wrestling show and he went inside and I didn't know the promotion. I didn't know anything. Like all I knew was WWE and that was it. And I was like, where are you going? He was all like, I'm going to this thing called Osaka Pro Wrestling. I was all like, huh? I don't know what that is. I was like, I didn't know wrestling was out here. I was all like, I only know WWE and stuff like that. And then he took a bunch of pictures. He got back in the van and he showed us all the pictures. And I was just like, I should have went with you. I was like, I didn't know that's what you were watching.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know that's what you were watching. I was like, what? I was like, God damn it. Because like at that time, like Daniel Bryan's still my favorite, but like I was wearing a Daniel Bryan t-shirt and stuff like that. And like, even he made a comment about it. He was like, oh, you like the American Dragon. I was all like, I didn't know that was his name. Mm-hmm. I was like, I didn't know anything.
I think I still have the original print, right? I think in my collection, I probably still have the original Dan Bryan shirt and Homicide shirt. My gosh.
Wow, that's sick.
Then if you look back and look at wrestling and you go back and you look at federations like Jersey All Pro Wrestling, I'm sure you've seen that. A lot of footage from that. That's on ICW, on the IWTV. Check that out.
Oh yes, it is. I'm gonna check out one of their shows.
Joey's been on it. Joey's been on there, of course. Yeah, you know. But Omega versus Danny DeMonto, fantastic match. There's a match right there. Yeah,
I gotta go check it out.
Omega, yeah, with the attention. Remember his old? I love that theme. His old theme, the attention theme. You know, or come now.
I don't remember it.
Club. Techno. It was a Ring of Honor theme too. Like he's
wow. That's crazy. I said I got to go back and watch some old stuff because, like I said, everything up until 2019 was WWE for me.
Also, check out it's not current. Like if you want to watch old school footage, type in Phoenix Championship Wrestling. And go on Smart Mark and order a couple of DVDs because actually there's a match on YouTube, Nova versus Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero.
Definitely would check that out. Sounds really
It
good.
was a local promotion. Actually, it was one of my local promotions in the mid '90s that launched a career like AJ Styles to everybody you would see, Samoa Joe to SAT to you name it. Everybody was in the door, just like coming through.
Wow.
That's awesome. I gotta check that out.
Phoenix Championship Wrestling. Type it up right now. If you check it out, type it in. Phoenix Championship. You'll be like, holy shit! Look at the wrestlers wrestled there.
It might give me something that's out here because I think we have a Phoenix Championship Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The reason why it's called Phoenix is because they run out of a venue called the Phoenix Theater. Oh no, yeah, here it is, New Jersey.
Go ahead, read a card.
Yeah, read 2001.
Yeah.
Let me see history. Let me see.
Go up a little more. There's more. You'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah. Here, let me look it up on Cage Match. I was looking it up on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm. We had the Haas brothers, Charlie and Charlie. The Haas brothers were there as well.
Let me see Cage Match.
Yeah, see, maybe I'm looking up something different as well.
No, here we go. I found it. I'm just gonna look up. Okay, PCW Mayhem. Let's look up that match or the card. Oh, Trent Acid.
Oh wow.
Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's sick. Everyone else I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm. Chris Hamrick. A couple times they show his name there. An old ECW star,
Yeah, everything. But everything else, that Frankie Kazarian again.
Malice the Wall, aka the Wall, used to wrestle there from WCW.
Wow.
Here, I'm gonna go to their first event in '99.
Jerry Lynn was a popular guy as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, New Jersey. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I got a New Jersey. New Jersey might be it for me. Out of all states, New Jersey might be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sportbook.com. They have the videos, DVDs. I wish they had digital ones released. I'd be like, wow.
AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Preston, Tank Trueland.
Amazing Red.
Tank was in WWF way back.
Okay.
Yeah, names like that. Yeah, Red was popular. Amazing.
It's either Chai or Chi. I'm gonna say Chi. I'm gonna say Chi Cruz.
Shane Douglas, Chris Candido, Bam Bam Bigelow. It's obviously lot of great wrestlers.
Oh, I can just look at their roster.
So I was there for some good wrestling, like the mid '90s, because his brother was actually Supernova. Actually, Nova was a wrestler, and his brother ran that promotion. And Nova actually, in Iron Mike Sharp's wrestling school, WWF's wrestling school was there, as a training school in my town. I got lucky to see matches for $5. X-Pac would come in the door every week and wrestle. X-Pac as 1, 2, 3 kid.
Wow. Oh, he was crazy. Probably must have been in his teens, probably at least, or early 20s, probably at that time.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
So you'll have to do some research on that now. There you go.
Yeah, I know. I definitely got to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said,
Crowbar used to wrestle there all the time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was the mid pop for me for wrestling. In this area was popular.
That's a cool
time.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man, wish I was born in, let's say, the '80s or something.
Yeah, right. Or the early days when I got to see Bruiser Brody in a cage, right?
God.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man.
But guys, what else we got? Let's close this out before we go home. I'm tired. I gotta get up for work.
I know it's probably late for you, isn't it? It's already going to be 9:00.
Yeah, we're pushing 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I gotta eat dinner soon, so I definitely gotta.
Go.
What's up?
Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't just get up and leave.
See you later.
I can't just get up and leave you.
Yeah. No, guys, if you what else we got? But I think we covered a lot. It's pretty much what we wanted to talk about tonight. But we'll do it again. Well, or I'm gonna actually maybe I'll be a guest on your show. How's that?
Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well,
Yeah,
it might be pretty far. I think it might be pretty far booked because we've been throwing names out like crazy. We're still waiting on so many people right now. But I don't see why not. We'll throw your name in the hat.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah,
well, guys, thank you for coming on the podcast and plug away everything and anything and everything and everything you want.
David, take it away.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys for checking us out here on Deathmatch Wrestle's podcast. Like, we really appreciate for being on this for one of the few interviews that we've gotten to do. So make sure to subscribe to us for the audio version of our podcast, which we post every Friday morning on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many more platforms where podcasts are provided to your listening ears. And after the following Monday, we post on our YouTube channel. Just look up Markout Media Podcasts on youtube.com, and you'll be able to see all the full videos and other highlights of everything. So make sure to subscribe to us there, and then also hit the bell to get notified about all videos that will be posted there in the near future. Don't forget to go to brainbustertees.com and pick up our merch. We have 2 new designs of many different colors, shirts, tank tops, all the above. You want it, we got it. And then make sure to follow us on social media, which is at Markout Media 18 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, I believe now, right?
And if you want to announce it again, go ahead. Your guest this weekend will be.
Yes, the upcoming guest this week will be Guido. We interviewed him. We talked about Deathmatch Under, his match with Joel Bateman coming up, about him defending the Total Violence champion. That is an UGWA championship belt.
Yep.
And he's definitely not losing that belt. He says, you're going to have to kill me if you want this belt. So Guido's not letting go of that belt. And I asked him, I was all like, what would the promoter think if you lost it in Australia? He was all like, I'm not fucking losing it. He's like, that's it. He's like, I'm just not losing it. So yeah, so check it out. It's gonna come out on Friday. It should be up. It's gonna be kind of late for the East Coast just because I post it when I wake up. I used to stay up until midnight on Thursday and post it, but I don't think I can do that anymore. My sleep schedule's getting a lot better. But yeah, it'll be up in the morning. It'll be up in Friday morning.
Mm-hmm. And then Monday morning for the video version on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But we're all in it together, guys. I want to say, let's shout out to Brett, Game Changer Wrestling. Actually, let's plug Game Changer Wrestling because we're going to be a part of something spectacular. Mm-hmm. You guys want to plug it? Go ahead, Phil. I feel like you could plug it better than me, probably.
David, take it away.
It is GCW's. It is GCW's Fight Forever, which both the Markout Media podcast and Deathmatch Wrestle podcast is both sponsoring, and that's just a very small amount of the amount of people that are sponsoring this live 24-hour, and I mean 24-hour live event that is going to be free on YouTube. So make sure to check it out. Go to Game Changer Wrestling's YouTube channel and make sure to hit that bell so you can find out when it's gonna happen.
That's it. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you for coming on. Let's do it again. You're more than welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
When you have no guests, how's that?
Yeah, definitely down. Definitely down.
But hey, Deathmatch Russell, what do you got? What kind of podcasts you got this weekend? Well, I always have right. Yeah.
What do you have this weekend?
Actually, I scheduled one with this Monday. This coming Monday night, I will have Lord Crude will be on my Lord Crude will be on my podcast. Ooh,
that's awesome.
Funny story is, 2019, I actually was supposed to have him on a podcast. So and he remembers that for like a federation that he was with at the time. It's the local indie, I was like, oh, now it's time to get back and catch up. So
I can't wait to check it out.
Mm-hmm. And then I think on Tuesday night, I'm going to have a podcast with the guy. His name is he's a wrestler. His name is Laser, and I'm going to be talking with him and Mac Miller, and we're going to be talking to them. I've had them on the podcast before. Two great. Mac Miller's is part of a something with I actually the Bullet Club, something with the Bullet Club guys, Doc and
Carl Anderson.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But Bill Apter, this guy is part of does a podcast with him as well, and the podcast. It's pretty cool. Road stories with Bill Mac Miller, Mac whatever his name is, and yeah, that's it. It's gonna be fun. And on Thursday night, I'm bringing back one of my guests. Is actually he's from Florida. He's a podcast. He's part of my team, my podcast City Network team, and we're just gonna be talking wrestling, just have a fun catch up talk, and just have some fun. Drink some beers on camera, goof around. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to check it out.
All at 8 p.m. So
awesome.
Guys, have a good night. Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. See you later.
Yep. Bye-bye. I want to say thank you to my guests tonight for coming on the podcast. I got to get rid of this and put my stuff up because hey, hold on. Just switch here. There we go. Sure, this is up there on the podcast. You could see it. There you go. Deathmatch Russell podcast is still here. No, we don't have that. But fans, I want to say thank you to my guests tonight for coming on of Markout Media Podcast, David and Victor. And make sure you go subscribe, hit the like button, share, support them on their podcast as well, because they got plenty of guests coming up too. They're a part of the Game Changer 24-hour marathon, like I am too. We're looking forward to talking again and see what's going on with wrestling. Like I said, fans, thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Make sure you catch me tomorrow night. No, not tomorrow night. I mean, Monday night at 8 p.m. with my guest, Lord Crew, will be on the podcast. He was just recently at No Peace Underground in Florida and ICW's No Holds Barred in Newport Richey, Florida. So fans, check it out. We're going to talk to him and see what he's up to and much, much more. And my other podcasts with Laser on Tuesday night and Mac at 8 p.m. And then on Thursday night, Deathmatch Russell and the Everett Lee Show strike again. We're going to break some barriers and talk some wrestling and catch up. And stay tuned, fans. You never know who will come on the podcast next on the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Thank you for listening. Have a good night, everybody. Make sure you check out bootandheel.com. Bootandheel.com for all your wrestling apparel and much, much more. T-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, face masks. Also, Deathmatch Russell podcast merchandise. Pick up a hoodie, pick up a T-shirt. Support me, support the wrestlers, and support all the people on bootandheel.com today for all your apparel needs. Podcast City Network. Check it out, fans. Podcast City Network. Go on Facebook or go to Podcast City Network and check out. They got tons of media podcasts. They got wrestling podcasts like the Deathmatch Russell podcast. They've got the Robert Nelson podcast. They've got so much. They got the Urban Nerd Weekly. Check that out. Fantastic guests as well, and much, much more content. And check out Final Scores as well, run by Chris Carnage and Craig. And there's other podcasts as well. We have pop culture. We got movies. We got actors. We've got comedians. You name it. There's all a list of podcasts on Podcast City Network. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast. Once again, have a good night. Till next time. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes. Hey, wrestling fans, check out bootantheel.com for all your independent wrestlers, apparel, and more. Also, check out Deathmatch Russell podcast as well. www.bootantheel.com.